but that's okay. And we are live.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Frigiphobia, Neon Goblins campaign playthrough of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden from Wizards of the Coast. My name is Morgan Kramer. I will be your dungeon master this evening. And let me introduce our fabulous players, Mr. James Baxter.
Hello, everyone.
Mr. Alden Eberhart.
Hello, everyone.
The phenomenal Kristen. Kristen, what is your last name?
Oh, Moretz.
Moretz. Kristen Moretz.
Okay.
Cabin Miller.
That's me.
Griffin Wilkins.
Howdy doody, gamers.
And last but certainly not least, Prescott Register.
What's
Don't worry, I'm not going to forget you again,
up?
Prescott. Before we dive in tonight, once again, want to take a moment to quickly say that Icewind Dale is known as a horror adventure. There are going to be moments throughout this campaign that are uncomfortable, both for players and viewers, but we always want to make sure that you're preserving your mental well-being as much as we appreciate you being here. If at any point you need to step away to take a break, we certainly understand. Make sure you look after you. I will always be checking in with our players as the campaign unfolds to make sure that they too are in a good headspace before we press on. But with that being said, let's dive straight in tonight. Who wants to give us a recap of our last session?
Who could give you a recap of the last session?
I think Prescott should do it.
Okay.
Damn.
Do it.
Let's see. Whale.
I have no clue if you
Failing
want.
that, Kristen should do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do it. So after we returned back to the tavern, we received our payment for returning the goods to the dwarves. After that, we kind of spoke to the dwarves about potentially some dragons, potentially some giants. It was all a little unclear. There's a lot of world to explore. And after that, we actually spoke to a fisherman who was making a ruckus outside of the tavern, who told us about a band of adventurers who is looking to find a Goliath that can transform into a polar bear. And so after kind of learning more about that expedition, gaining some interest, we all went home. Some people went home with me to hear some stories of ice trolls and Granny's past life of being raised by wolves. And then some people stayed in the tavern where there was lots of cuddling and, just keeping each other warm as a good party of adventurers do. And then the next day, as everyone who came to Granny's house was walking back into town, we saw a temporary wooden stage that they were erecting, which Granny quickly told us that it was a new moon of which they give a sacrifice to in order to appease. Could someone tell me the name of who we're appeasing again?
I believe it was Oral the Frost Maiden.
That is
Okay.
correct.
Okay, awesome. So for her, and that
Auril
is
the Frost Maiden?
Auril.
Auril.
I did not. My notes have like 4 different spellings, so there was nothing we could do there. So then that's every new moon, there is a sacrifice to a humanoid, which is a lottery. And luckily, it was not Granny this year. It was a dwarf, an older dwarf, Kelgar Mandel.
Close enough.
What?
Kelgore.
Mindel.
Kelgore?
Mindel.
Kelgore.
His
You know
name was
what?
Kelgore.
You know
His
what it's
name
called?
was Kelgore.
Autocorrect. That's what it's called.
His name was Kelgore.
Okay, well.
Kelgore Mindel.
Kelgore. So
We
Kelgore
miss
walked
him
out.
so much.
James tried to convince him not to. Excuse me, Ozzy tried to convince him not to. It did not work. The last we saw him, he's just a puff of snow.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he walked away and we didn't get to see what happened.
A flurry picked up and
Then he was
obscured
gone.
our
I
view.
mean,
and he was
I
gone.
assume he froze to death with an hour.
Yeah.
can say?
Yes.
We
His
can
name
go
was
run and follow
Calgary.
the footsteps. We are picking up right here, I guess. Maybe.
We are. Well done, Kristen. I'm going to start something new. So you get a DM inspiration that expires at the end of this game.
Hey!
Recap.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Black.
You had your
Insane.
chance, Prescott.
Yeah, no, I'm terrible. I don't take that detailed notes or I was fuzzy on where we started or picked up from. I remember the goblins and I forgot. Oh, we forgot one thing though.
Oh.
It was the scholarly elven woman who had a lantern that detected elemental presences. Who wanted us to find minuscule little elementals of ice.
The
Mhm.
the chinga.
The Schwinga.
Yes.
Swingas. Mhm.
Chwingas.
That was the
Schwinga.
very petite half-elven Danica Gracesteel that entreated y'all to assist her with that. You know what, Prescott? You get a DM inspiration.
Hey!
Whoa.
Yeah, there's also the unnatural scream before the
Mhm.
that.
Yeah,
before
I
the
didn't know
story,
how
yeah.
detailed I was supposed to get. I don't know. I've got a lot more notes. If you
Phenomenal.
want me to go through them.
No, I think you did a great job. So we will pick up, right there as y'all are sort of returning to the town proper of Bryn Shander, pushing back into the walled ring of the exterior. I'm going to put y'all on your regional map here of Icewind Dale. If you recall, the expedition that you had overheard was making its way to Kelvin's Cairn in search of the werebear Oya Mintarok, was to be setting out from Targos. But Kelvin's Cairn is more to a northeasterly direction from Bryn Shander. So it is up to you whether you want to make for the town of Targos first to gain information or supplies, what have you, or if you want to press directly to the cairn.
So I guess let's start role playing that.
Oh.
As a bard passes by.
He is very good.
What an excellent song.
And it's
Very,
a little
uplifting
inappropriate.
for
Someone
this.
just walked out into the ice and died. I mean, come on.
Exactly. Exactly.
Time and the place, man.
So, obviously, we should go to Targos first, as all we've heard so far about this expedition has been secondhand, I believe.
Yes. Apparently, yeah. Also, Garrett will need to try and find him in Targus. He'll be leading the expedition.
Right, and this Garrett is presumably the one we would talk to if we were to be seeking any sort of financial compensation for finding a role in this expedition.
Maybe.
Well, we should probably hurry though then. I'm pretty sure they're trying to head up soon.
Yes.
Let us be off.
Off we go.
Okay.
Very well.
So, Grand, you would know that the trip to Targos on the road from Bryn Shander will be about 4 hours. If you go on foot, you could half that time should you take a dog sled, but I believe y'all had agreed before that you would make your treks on foot for now.
We don't have
No.
a sled.
We have enough
Mhm.
to buy dogs and sled?
Equipment
Do we?
costs.
I mean, I don't think so.
And
I don't know how much a dog and sled costs. Do you need
Mhm.
one dog per person, or
we each got a 50 GP bloodstone. But I don't know if we've had a chance to sell that if we wanted to, or use that as components for spells as we see fit.
So a dog sled can carry 2 people with 1 dog pulling, and can cover a mile per hour in this tundra, which is double the speed of going on foot with snowshoes. The cost 13 tabs. Like I said, just give me a second.
well, that is a hell of a dog.
We also need a dog.
Very big dogs. Yes.
Yeah, carry 2 people. It's a lot.
Yeah. They must breed them well.
Yep. Also, since the Arctic is my favorite terrain, we won't be slowed down by difficult terrain.
Cool.
Oh, good to know.
Oh, that's nice.
Imagine if you'd picked like the Underdark or something.
Yeah, I had a little foresight of what adventure we were
Just
going
to be a
into.
dick.
Just a teeny
Just a
bit.
little.
Uh,
Anyway.
Name alone, you can pretty much make a conclusion or two.
I'm gonna take the one thing that's good about the rain. Eh.
Yes, deserts.
I definitely didn't choose Silver Dragon as my dragonborn dragon type.
there we go. Winter survival gear. So, there we go. A dog sled costs 20 gold pieces itself. A sled dog costs 50 gold pieces.
Yeah,
Let's
that
hold
makes
off
sense.
on that.
Yeah, we're
Right.
hooking it.
Someday.
Little
Someday
rich for
we'll
our
have
blood
a-
right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Someday
totally
we'll have
makes
a team
sense
of
that it
dogs.
would be that expensive, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
We could have one dog and then have someone transform into a dog.
I miss being rich.
Are you a druid?
Granny.
I could.
If you're all right with it, feel a little uncomfortable about this.
4 hours
Yeah.
versus 2 hours isn't that big of a difference.
It's like
All right,
2
now
whole
versus
hours.
day.
No, it's fine. We can't
Yeah,
afford it. We
versus
can't afford
days,
it.
yes.
We'll go.
It might skeeve me out a little bit to use another sentient being as a beast of burden.
I mean, if she's cool with it, this is fine. It's her choice.
I'm just spitballing, you know. Got ideas flowing through the noggin.
Yes.
All right.
So pressing on foot to Targus.
Mhm.
Alrighty. Let me get a survival check from whoever is leading the trek along the path. It'll be a lower DC because you're on an actual road.
I think I'd be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just going to be me and Prescott. What is your character's name?
Zadrin.
Zadra.
Yes.
We're going to get this.
Eventually. Yeah.
We'll get there.
We should change
Yeah.
our Roll20 display names to specify.
Yeah, that's a
It
good
is.
idea.
All right.
that is
So
exciting.
either both of you roll or one of you roll at advantage.
Yeah.
Well, I could just guide you, Sonny. Plus, I
Sure.
have my dice in the other room, so I'll go get them while you roll.
No problem. Let's
don't-
use these two dice. Use a new pot. Ooh, nice. So that's 18 on the die. Plus 4 is 22. So 24.
Okay. With a 24, you
Wait,
easily
no, no,
avoid the.
Wait. 6. Yeah, 24. Sorry.
No worries. You
thought I did
easily
math wrong.
avoid the deeper snowdrifts that have pushed over the road without losing your way. You're able to read the miniature sort of winter storms that pose the risk of becoming blizzards and push on at a normal trekking pace. And you do reach Targos at the end of a 4-hour trek. There we go. So you approach from the south and you see, much like Bryn Shander, Targos has a walled structure that encloses the city proper. The northern side borders a frozen lake, part of it being also walled in to form the harbor that
That is
creates much
extremely
of
cool.
the town's economy. You do see the occasional patrolman on the outside of the wall, just keeping very close to it, following the trek in what is still nearly whiteout conditions, as y'all are still in the wake of the heavy blizzard that passed through the day before, but it is easy enough to spy and make your way towards the main gate. So, as you enter, you can hear the daily goings on of people going about their business. It is later in the afternoon at this point. You set out just after the midday sort of ritual at Bryn Shander of the sacrifice. And as you push in immediately into the main gate, you can see that they are deconstructing a very similar wooden platform that seems to have been built up in this town as well, possibly for a similar purpose. The people that are going about their business are a bit solemn, but there is a bit of conversation here and there from individuals huddled together against the biting cold atmosphere as they make their way through the city streets towards their destinations. You do smell a bit of brine and fish on the air, as this is a predominantly fishing industry in this town. And it's not a large city. It's pretty easy to see at the main thoroughfare, almost directly through to the harbor, about a quarter of a mile away. So as you enter, what would you like to do?
Now listen up, you youngsters. When we go in here, don't you be talking about that sacrifice is bad. Granny's the only one pro-sacrifice. Don't you do it. Don't you embarrass me like you tried to embarrass me and Brian Chandler. You understand?
Okay, Boomer.
I understand, man.
And also, we do not talk to the apothecary here. We have a bit of a bidding war going on, and I don't want to talk to him.
All right.
Understood.
Otherwise, it's free game. No, he's trying to take my supplier, and we've been friends for years. Well, there is a bit of a pelt shortage right now, and I'm trying to keep my supplies up, and he's trying to split them with me. But we've got people in Brian Chandler that need their pelts, and I want to keep them supplied.
A classic trade war. This is something that the patriarchs of Baldur's Gate are absolutely intimately familiar with. In fact, it's something like this that ruined my family.
Oh,
Huh.
which are what?
The Baldur's Gate classics, I'm sure.
Death is probably on the one of those.
But don't worry, we're not here for that. I know that
Yeah.
we have a thing to do. I'm just telling you not to go to the apothecary.
No problem.
We'll get there.
We don't need any potions or potion ingredients or folk medicines, then I'm sure that we can steer clear of it easily enough.
Is there a main tavern or inn that you would know of, Granny? / Morgan?
You tell me, Granny, would you have made it a point to visit a tavern in a town that you had business in?
Yes,
Mhm.
Granny, tell us all about it.
All right. Then you would know that this building here is known as the Luskin Arms. It is an inn that does serve a bit of paltry food and drink, but is also sort of the main gathering place of the town. The town speaker also makes their residence there, which sort of increases its popularity with the townsfolk. But then there is also here the Three Flags Sailing, which is a little bit grittier, grimier, a little more rundown, but is strictly a tavern. It serves food and drink, does not have rooms for rent, but this is where most of the fishermen gather after a long day out on the frozen lake pursuing their catch.
I don't think we can see either of the locations you just marked.
No. You,
Mm-mm.
I was
Oh, my
just checking.
goodness.
No
Maybe
pings
if I
popped
ping
up.
on the proper layer.
Mhm.
How about this?
Yeah,
There we
now I
go.
see it.
Yay.
That is Three Flags Sailing.
Mhm.
3 flags.
This is the Luskin Arm.
Awesome.
Okay. Well,
Well, I do prefer the Three Flags, but if you guys would like to go to the Luskin Arms, it's a little shorter of a walk.
we can
Well,
check there
I
first.
I think we should ask it both if we can't find who is this person? Garrett?
Garrett is their guide, according to the fisherman I spoke with.
Well, then he's who we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you have it as reference, Gran, you would also know that this larger building here is the town hall, but that it is usually not trafficked, as again, the inn speaker or the town speaker makes his residence at the inn. And there's also a general store called Triglio located here.
Perfect.
Making for the Luskin Arms to start then?
I strike out toward the Luskin Arms.
Alrighty.
As we walk
Pushing
there,
through- Go ahead.
Osborne would like to talk to Granny. Granny, You know, if we took care of this apothecary, would it help the people of 10 Towns?
Well, no. It would help the people of Brun Chandler,
And
which I'm a bit impartial to.
I don't mean, take care of, but there are ways to influence people that I learned. If we were to end this dispute between you and the apothecary, would it stop the lottery from happening again?
No, definitely not. Unfortunately, it's pretty it's not really tied to the lottery. It's really just tied to keeping my shop in business and keeping the people of Brian Chandler warm as you are right now, Ozzy, with that beautiful pelt.
I mean, I'm warmer than I was before you gave it to me. If helping the people of Bryn Chandler would, I don't know, reduce the likelihood of the lottery, I would be willing to help you deal with this apothecary issue.
Well, I don't know that it would help in a way that would make your heart feel better.
I mean, if you'd rather just ignore the whole thing, then that's fine, but...
I don't want to ignore, and I do understand what you went through with Kelgor. I do. And I hear everything, but you have to understand there's so much tradition behind this. But you guys have really helped me see there could be some other way. But right now, until we have a plan, it must stay.
I mean, I'm trying to keep a low profile. But, I mean, if you decide that you want us to do something to help you have something with this fellow, I might be amenable to that. Just say the word.
You're a good man, Ozzy.
I wouldn't
You want
say
to
that.
get on my shoulders for the tavern?
Yes, I would, thank you.
Okay.
Easily enough, the massive dragonborn lifts the goblin onto her shoulders. All right. So as you press through the twisting, winding street of Targos, bits of snow packed into dirty, muddied clumps on the side of the cobbled stones, you hear the perpetual drip, drip, dripping as the icicles that hang from almost every rafter continue to melt and refreeze with each cool breeze that pushes through. You hear the distant chinks of metal as different fishing tack is thrown out over the ice. Boats are attempted to be freed from the ice that is packed against their hull for their daily trip, but it is easy enough for you to make your way to the Luskin Arms. You see the windows glowing with the promise of warmth and firelight within, and you can already see the silhouettes of a few individuals enjoying a late lunch break here in the inn. All right. Looking at the exterior, you see that this building is easily noticeable to be older than any of those that surround it. Here there is weathered, but what was obviously finely carved stone at the time of its construction that has since been patched with what appear to be bits of reclaimed wood from decommissioned ships, plaster that's been made from some of the mined clays and minerals around the town. But more recently, you see a lot of repair made from just packed mud and rotten straw that gives sort of a mildewy smell to the air as you approach.
Okay, I would like to throw the door open dramatically and declare, "Hello! We are adventurers new in town, and we are searching for a man named Garrett in relation to an expedition up the mountain."
Every head within turns towards you. You see an assortment of...
I am beaming at them. I'm thrilled to be here.
Natural changeling form?
I'm normal human while we're
I'm gonna
meeting people.
try to shrink down behind Granny's head.
I don't know if I described how I look as a normal human. I'm like ruggedly handsome, very sort of Brad Pitt style head.
So just like you in your human form now.
Totally
Oh.
like my eyes I've
That's
noticed
right.
have been really brought out by the glow from the screens. No, but I'm human right now. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. So as you throw open the door and make your grand entrance with your Dragonborn, Fire Genasi, Shatterkai, Goblin, and other human companion in tow, all heads whip towards the door. You see an assortment of fishermen and women of all different races, a burly half-orc pouring over a sparse meal in one corner, and behind the bar, a balding, older human man who is in the process of setting 2 flagons down in front of his customers, and he just sort of looks up at your group and goes, "All right then, come on in." Puts the drinks down, goes back to his business.
Lovely to meet you all. This place, despite its hardships, has been welcoming and warm as a hearth in summer.
All right, they get you anything?
Do you know anything about this Garrett person we're looking for?
But we'll also have a round of drinks.
Yes,
All right,
that.
take a
Please.
table if you like.
You can't go looking for information if you're not going to purchase something, Sonny.
We can purchase something. Wait, I'm just asking.
The older man dismissively gestures to one of the open tables in his establishment and starts gathering a round of drinks without asking what exactly it was that you wanted. Makes his way over with a bit of a hobble in his step. You can see that he's sort of hunched from old age and moves stiffly with the onset of arthritis in the cold climate, and sets a tray down and starts putting out these weathered wooden flagons that have just a slight bit of froth across the top, like you're probably getting the well ale, nothing fancy. But he puts them down in front of each of you. Turning to you, Rayson, he puts it down in front of you. So, Garrett, you said you're looking for?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a helpful enough lad. He's a bit of a guy to scout around here. I think he's actually out on expedition right now, but if you was looking for some information from him, he should be home before too long. His husband Keegan lives just down the way there. He stays home most of the time. You could also try the Triglio, see if any of his pals over there know anything about where he's off to if you're in a hurry.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course. Let me know if you need anything else for this round of drinks. It'll be let's just call it a gold.
I just flick one and it looks
Yeah.
super cool.
He very clumsily drops it to the tabletop before taking it and shuffling his way back behind the bar.
That seemed somewhat exorbitant.
I wonder what his name was. My notes will be incomplete without it.
6 terrible ales and we paid a gold. That's not... Granny, you just gave it to him. Just
You
no
were not-
arguing, nothing.
You were not paying for the drinks, my friend. You were paying for the information.
I know we were. And no, I'm no naive. I understand what went on there. I feel like normally there's a negotiating phase
We've got to include shipping
appear to have
costs too,
skipped. With no. You know
Yeah,
what?
but yeah.
Granny was willing to pay. I'm perfectly fine with that. I just feel I feel a little responsible.
He's
That's
got
all.
arthritis. He had to walk all the way over here. Give
He
him the
just
money.
that's no. He was playing that up. Have you ever
Oh,
met a
yeah.
bartender?
Oh, you kidding me?
I mean, you could flip Granny a gold if it makes you feel better.
You point me an innkeep who doesn't pretend to be somehow horribly wounded and
Wow. All of
I
them
think it's
pretending.
hard enough to live up here.
The
And if
last
you
guy,
have to pay a
that's fine.
gold,
oh yes, it's so difficult that you murder people randomly all the time for no reason. But we're not talking about that, I guess.
Not right now.
Hey.
You do notice a couple of heads turn towards you at that comment before going back to their conversations.
I'm speaking in a
people like-
very, very
Alright, look.
quiet.
Ixnay on the Erdome, okay?
It's.
Tempers are running a little hot right
We're
now.
not. We're not. I'm not saying anything.
Tempers running a little hot.
Let's go and talk to the people at the Triglio, or this Keegan fellow. One of the two. We've paid for our terrible drinks.
I didn't
Yes,
finish
we
mine
spent our
yet.
time- Yeah, finish
I
and
gotta finish it first. It's just
warm up
respectful.
from our 4-hour hike from town, from the other town.
Delicious.
Yes.
So where are we headed?
Um,
That one
All right.
or
You
Keegan?
mentioned
Yeah.
Keegan was this fellow's husband, but I don't see why his husband should be the one with the details of the expedition.
So you don't think that he didn't tell his husband where he was going and why?
No,
Before
that's
he
not what I
went-
mean.
to a
I would-
dangerous place.
No, of course he knows about it. I was thinking that there might be a business partner or some kind of other official figure in the expedition at the Triglio.
Maybe they are business partners.
Well, of course they could be business partners. Look, if we want to go talk to the husband, we can go talk to the husband. That's
Let
fine
us
with
go
me.
find out.
Let's talk to the husband.
Sure.
All right, so you make your way out into the street and look down in the direction that the bartender had gestured to and see several houses.
March proudly. in
They
the
got
direction.
mailboxes, or
I would like to duck back in and be like, go to the bartender and be like, excuse me, we didn't catch your name, and which house is Keegan in?
Well, first things first, my name is Owen Tarzanel.
Oh, that's a great name.
Thank you, I didn't make it up.
That's great.
And you can find Keegan, I think it's 4 doors down on the left side. Look for the red and black tile roof that's got the little wooden carving of a weird looking anchor in the window.
Well, that is
All right, thank you, my good man. Lovely to meet you.
very specific.
Thank you. Oh, we lost Alden.
Hang on, he'll be back.
Yeah.
Be back.
While he is
Watch
coming
it.
back.
Oh, I'm watching
Move this up
Zoom.
right here. Okay.
Any second, he'll be back.
No problem.
It'll fix the
And
overlay.
just as a refresher, when I think it was Zadrin that first heard about this, you overheard the fisherman back in Bryn Shander who heard about it while he was in Targos. So the information was a couple days old, just to reiterate that.
Mm-hmm.
Any second,
Yes,
he'll be back.
Should I actually write down the name of the town we were in?
I was under the impression that we were joining an expedition.
Oh, that was the plan. But they
We
haven't
were
left
hoping
yet.
we were hoping to catch them before they left. I mean, they had already gotten supplies and sleds when we heard about it. So how long are they going to sit around with all their equipment?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we won't go too far without Alden, Wilhelm. But as you push back out into the snowy streets of Targos, hearing the snow crunch under your feet, you hear the bark of a dog over the whistle of the wind.
Dog,
Yes.
where?
Glancing down the street, you see a wolf-sized sled dog with light gray fur sprinting towards you.
Yes!
With a broken leather harness behind it.
Oh. Is the dog
would-
distressed?
It is a dead sprint, and it leaps as it draws near and tackles you, Racin. Give me a strength saving throw.
Okie doke. That is going to be a hurrah! It's a 2.
With a 2, you are knocked on your behind. On
Yes.
the hard, cold, damp stones of the Targos street.
I don't even feel it. There's a dog. He wants to say hi to me.
And he is frantically looking at your face, whimpering and pawing with his massive feet, the fur of which is matted over with layers and layers of compacted snow, and just eagerly.
Oh my goodness! Good boy, good boy! What's wrong? What's wrong, boy?
As you say that, his ears perk up and tilt each time you say that, and he leaps off of you and does the sort of excited thing where a dog bounces from spot to spot, walks a few steps and bounces again, looking back at you expectantly.
My God! Follow this dog!
Why are we following the dog?
Help!
Before we follow the dog, maybe we
Did
could
Timmy fall
go
down the well?
for a break for a minute, wait for Alden to come back.
This is so important!
overlay is all messed up.
No
Because
worries.
we are on Zoom,
we'll be
everybody at
following the
home,
doll.
so if somebody leaves, it screws up the overlay. So,
Yeah.
let's get
No
it
worries.
all
We'll
in a
take
minute,
a quick
maybe.
break then. Give
Yeah.
us 5 to 10 minutes. Check back in just a second, and
Yeah.
we'll be back as soon as we get this sorted out. Give us
Yeah,
just a
that
second.
overlay. Ooh.
take a second to move our screens around.
Hey, Prescott's the DM
Because I
now.
can't do that off of.
Yeah.
All praise Prescott. Prescott, level us up now while you have the
Yes.
power.
All right, we are level 20. Everyone, level up.
Because Zoom, everybody, it's Zoom.
Yeah, we're gonna play musical chairs for just a second while I catch all.
You go ahead.
Alden,
You go ahead. I'll get it straight.
When you dropped out, the
Wow,
new
it's
development
all
is
mixed
that
up.
a large wolf-sized sled dog sprinted down the road, gaining the party's attention and tackling Rayston to the ground, lavishing him in affections before hopping away and whimpering and pacing and then moving a little bit away and looking behind itself expectantly as if wanting to be followed.
Yes, let's follow this dog, y'all.
So we want to split the party is what I'm hearing.
What? Why wouldn't we follow this dog?
It
Well, we're
is
trying to
moving in the
see-
same direction that you
Look.
were about to head.
I am
Okay.
a cat person. I want to follow this dog.
Okay.
I just
And
want to make it
Wilhelm,
difficult
there is
for Morgan.
also the remnants of a broken leather sled harness on this dog.
Someone is in danger.
And there is snow packed on its paws, like at least halfway up its forelegs.
You're supposed to clean that before they sleep at night. I read that in Call of the Wild.
There is not a single thing about Ryston's character that this dog is not pushing a button of. Like, it's in distress, it's adorable, it's giant,
I love it.
it's a dog. Everything is
Dog,
good.
Wolf size. It might just be a tamed wolf.
This could
So
be
as
happening. This could be happening in the middle of a dungeon, and I'm gone.
So as you follow this dog, it leads you 4 doors down to a house with a red and black shingled roof and a strange carving of an anchor hanging in the window.
But this
Well,
is
the
Keegan's
one
house,
that,
boy.
Owen said to go to.
I immediately
approaches the
pound
door.
on the door.
The dog is also there scratching at it anxiously, giving whimpers. And a moment later, the door creaks open and you see a rather handsome man, a human, roughly in his 30s, with sort of short cropped salt and pepper hair that's a bit disheveled at the moment. He has a close trimmed beard and a bit of sawdust on his long sleeves and has some sort of wood carver's tool in hand. And at the sound of the dog scratching, he has a big smile, but upon opening the door and lifting his gaze to see the rest of you, you see that expression sort of fall.
Sir, we're terribly sorry to interrupt you like this, but we know that your husband is on an expedition, and this dog appears to be horribly distressed and eager to get us to you. I believe that he wants us to help. What can you tell us?
Maybe you should come in.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm
And
quite
he
sorry.
Makes a pointed hand gesture, and the dog immediately pushes past you in and sits at the man's side.
Oh.
He ushers you all into rather humble accommodations. There's a small sitting room with very obviously handmade furniture that is sort of loosely draped with pelts for some air of comfort here and there. There is a fire, of course, burning in the hearth, as most homes have here in the region of Icewind Dale. And you can see that this individual's body language is very tense and almost borderline standoffish, but he is inviting a group of strangers into his home nonetheless. He shuts the door against the cold and turns to face you all, sort of wringing his hands. Who are the rest of you? Are you from Garrett's expedition?
Listen, if I were you, I'd answer his questions.
No, we're
He's
not.
very
from the
excitable.
We're not from the expedition. We were
What?
hoping to join up.
Well, they left 2 days ago.
2 days.
Damn, we
And
missed
boy
it.
here, and he crouches down and begins taking the ruined harness off of the dog.
I help because I was already squatting next to the dog and petting him.
He gives you kind of a wary glance, but he doesn't argue.
I don't. It's not. This isn't about you, sir. This is about your dog.
Okay, oh,
Right.
hey, you're a little confrontational right now.
No, I didn't say that. That was out of character. You can tell because I didn't say it like this. Sir, your dog is beautiful. We'll do whatever we can to help you.
Boy's not mine. He's my.
Well, those are separate thoughts. This is a beautiful dog, and we would like to help you however we can.
This doesn't make any sense. Boy would never leave Garrett's side unless something had happened.
Is
You
boy
haven't
your
mapped to
name?
the area they are.
Is your name
You might be
boy?
able to find them.
What a wonderful boy. Yes, you are. You're a good name, good dog.
As you sort of ruffle the dog's haunches and say boy, indeed his ears twitch again. This is his name. He sort of leans into your ministrations, but his eyes stay fixed up at Keegan. I mean, it was several days ago that Garrett was initially hired by some adventurers to lead them up Kelvin's cairn. His plan was to take them to Cairn and then to climb it. They were going to get some climbing gear and make their way up the trek. He's made it before. He's been a bit of a scout for the last few years. He took 6 dogs and a full sled with him for their equipment. But Boy here was Garrett's favorite. I mean, he raised Boy from a pup. Something must have happened. You said you were going to try and join the expedition anyway. Would you be willing to go after them?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, did you name the dog Boy?
No, his husband did. Please keep up. I'm sorry, that was rude.
It seems. I don't know. Do you name all your dogs Boy and Girl?
No.
It's a relatively normal human custom to name our dogs something fun
I don't
and strange.
understand all human customs.
They're cute. They don't get it. They just like their name. That's, it's fun. Isn't it?
Where did they
I
go?
hate to be rude, but I feel like there's more pressing things at hand than the name of our dog.
Agreed.
There absolutely is.
I'm sorry.
I used to own a crow named Pickle.
Oh no.
Well, that makes
You
sense.
can tell us all about it on the way up the mountain.
Don't just name
What can
it
you
after
tell us
its
about the destination
genitals.
of this
that
expedition?
Makes sense.
I don't really. All I know is that they were going to Carcanet to supply. They were taking a single sled. That it was just supposed to be a scouting mission. They were looking for some shapeshifter Goliath that has made a reputation around here. It can turn into a polar bear. I've never met the creature. Garrett said he's spied it from afar, but never had any problems with it. The adventurers that hired him seemed to think that this creature might have some knowledge of what's brought this wretched curse upon Icewind Dale, but I wasn't convinced, and Garrett didn't seem convinced either, but they were a paying expedition, and
How many people were there?
Money's tight. There were 6 of them total.
Is
And
there
how long
anyone
does
still
this
in town
typically
who would
take?
know more about their destination?
You could try at the general store. There's a scout that sometimes hangs there waiting for work that knows the area. I don't know if they'd know anything, but they might could get you safely to the cairn.
And you say 6 people. Do you mean your husband as well in that 6?
Yeah, it was him and 5 others. But my understanding was that not all of them were going to go all the way up the cairn. 2 of them were just going as far as Cairn and branching off.
Understood. How long does this expedition usually take your husband?
Depends on the weather. It's usually a 24-hour trek if you go straight from here to the cairn without using the roads, but maybe 15 to 17 if you cut back through Bryn Shander and up through the towns.
They've been gone quite a while then.
I will, just for your reference, let me put y'all back on your region map.
They were going after a Goliath. They can transform into a what now?
Polar bear.
Polar bear, yeah.
Polar bear.
I've never seen it. Garrett swears he has, but it's more of a sort of urban legend through the 10 towns.
I mean, I believe it, but 6 people seems a little scant.
They were just going to go talk to him. They weren't trying to fight him once again. They were just going to talk to him,
I mean,
get
This
information.
sounds like a fact-finding expedition, first and
a
foremost.
lot of times talking to people turns into something else.
Garrett's
True
not
enough.
a fighter. He's strong and he's capable, but he would avoid a fight if he could.
Yes.
We shall work under the assumption that we cannot be sure of anything as far as the werebear goes.
Listen, I don't really have anything to offer for your help. We're not well off. I'm a scrimshander by trade. I could give you some of my work, but I'm afraid it's not worth a terrible lot.
It sounds as though these expedition sponsors were willing to pay people to work for them, so I think that we shall just have to hope for our reward
Yes,
from them
we can
if we
just-
are to have one.
We can just loot their corpses. It'll be fine.
That is a possibility. Obviously, we are trying to find living people.
The living would be preferred.
He
There's
just
been a lot of
immediately
death up
begins
here.
to pace back and forth in place, rubbing at his temples and.
Sir,
I'm sure your husband is fine. I'm sure. But-
You said that your husband was a capable woodsman, correct?
Yes, he is.
Then whatever
Yes.
fate has befallen the expedition, I am sure that we will be able to return him to you.
Thank you.
Onward! We cannot lose any time!
I'm sorry. Who are you? Does your group have a name?
Oh, that's not important.
I was dreading this moment when we got asked for group name.
Well, my name is Ryston. These are my friends. We've got Vulcan over here, lovely person. Granny, she's a native. She's been invaluable. We've got Zadrin, he is an excellent ranger. And, of course, Wilhelm and my friend, the goblin over here.
Yes, I'm
Ozzy.
Osborne.
Is
Yes.
Ozzy.
We don't necessarily have a name, but we're a frosty bunch for sure.
I'm sure it's coming at some point.
I get it.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I am definitely indebted to you. I appreciate what you're doing.
Do you suppose
You
the
sort of-
dog could lead us to where? I mean, I don't know what dogs are capable of.
You did say there was
Uh,
a scout that usually
We
hangs
could go
out at
talk
the,
to the scout
general
at the general store
yes.
too. Yeah.
Yes,
might
but
be
Bring
a
this
little
dog back
maybe
into
so.
danger seems to me an unforgivable crime.
Well, I
Except-
mean,
except that he knows exactly where it happened.
yeah,
so
that's
he's
That
what I'm
is
also
an
saying.
excellent point.
efficient.
Keegan sort of looks down at Boy, back at your group, and then apprehensively down at Boy again, and turns to face the dog head on. He puts his hands on his hips and, well, what do you say, Boy? Do you want to go find Garrett? And as he says that, Boy immediately drops down with his belly flat on the floor, his butt up in the air and tail wagging ferociously, and gives a, "Ruff!" Well, I think you've got your answer.
If it were
Yeah.
up to me, I would have said stay, but I think that he has made his choice clear.
Very
Take
much
it.
so.
Of course,
Wait,
with
it was-
my life.
It would save a lot of time
Here,
You
take
want-
this too.
because
And
You
he
have-
he pushes away for a moment through some sort of deerskin flaps that partition off another room and emerges a second later with a large sort of hide wineskin that's stoppered on one end. It's just regular whiskey, but it helps keep the spirit warm. And he hands it over to you, Rayston.
Thank you very much.
Do you know if Garrett has an extra harness? It seems this one is a bit broken. And if he's going to help bring the sled back, it would be great if we had something to repair it.
Well, he only has the one sled, but I can see if he's left his tools here for you. He pushes back through the flap again, and you hear some rustling as he moves about from the adjacent room into what you can tell is another that's out of sight, and emerges a couple moments later with just a hammer, a couple pythons, and a coil of rope. This is all that's here. He must have taken whatever else with him, but it's yours if you think you can use it.
We shall
Okay.
do whatever we
Cool.
can.
50-foot
Oh,
coil of silken rope, if you want to note that.
With a flourish, I pull my rapier from its sheath and kneel down with its point sort of resting on the floor. And extremely seriously, I say to him, my appearance melting back into my normal changeling face. Sir, my name is Ryston Elton of the Baldur's Gate Elton family, and I shall bring this dog back here or die in the attempt. Also your husband.
it'd probably die in the attempt, but we'll do our best.
If that is what fate decrees for me, then so be it.
Okay.
Also, this is what my face normally looks like. I'm a changeling. We don't talk about it. It's just sort of a thing that goes on with me. Swear to God, I'm being completely honest, 100. I have to go normal face if I'm swearing an oath, and I was just swearing an oath, so I
He sort of steps up to where you've knelt and leans down and puts a hand a little bit trepidatiously, but on your upper arm, and sort of brings you up into a full standing position once again. I don't care what you look like. If you can bring my husband safely back to me, I will be in your debt.
Well, that's heartwarming, sir.
That's a good
and we
answer.
will definitely do our best.
Yes.
Thank you. If you go, and then he gives you directions to Gran, you already know where to find the general store, the Triclio. You also know, Gran, that the store's proprietor is a human, older man named Justin Hunray, who is a retired fisherman. Are we making our way there?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Easy enough to find and easy enough to spot from the exterior. The general store has a wooden creaking sign covered in a thin sheen of ice that advertises itself. Hanging out in the street, you can see that there are a couple of bundled up humans that are pushing their way out of the store with some canvas wrapped bundles. And then the door is promptly shut behind them against the cold, but the lights are still burning within. It is getting a little later into the afternoon now. You can tell that the sort of ambient daylight that's usually shrouded from a direct source by the perpetual cloud cover is slowly beginning to fade.
You know, Granny.
Yep.
I mean, if we're going to send a message to your apothecary, now would be a good time.
What we say?
It's not about what you say, it's about, you know, the emotions that you convey to them.
I enter the general store.
Mostly fear.
Are you getting the general store and the apothecary confused?
No.
Okay.
Are you going to write some sort of letter?
If you tie it to a brick through the window, yes.
I could never. I don't
mean-
have the confidence or gumption to do that to a fellow tradesman. Are you joking, small goblin?
Well, I mean, he's
But
choking.
Granny, you're on
He's-
a business.
He's choking out your town with all their pelts or whatever. Right?
Well, yes, but it's been. I don't like to play the games in the same way he does. I would
Play
like
the-
to be a little more conniving.
What, do
Well-
you just sell things to customers and that's your whole...
Well, yes. That is my livelihood.
I mean-
sir.
But trade routes, suppliers, have you never even choked a business out before? Tell me you've at least hired pirates to blockade someone.
That's us, by the way. I mean,
Oh,
That's them.
my family had an excellent working relationship with the Black Tabard.
we are the closest thing
familiar
to
with them?
pirates around here.
It just. What if there, I believe that there's a way for everyone to have enough to go around. And that's why I don't like this backstabbing nonsense with the
Exactly.
supplier that they're trying right now. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to stoop to their level. Nope. I won't do it.
Well, okay, so we don't stoop to the level. We sidestep the level, right?
If you only stoop to your opponent's level, you'll
Yeah.
never get anything done
Yeah.
in business.
It's a lateral move, not a up or down.
It's an
See, I
attack,
will-
is what
I
it is.
will not throw a brick through a window when there's a man lost in the snow.
Well, that's, I mean,
Look, I'm just saying, on our way out of town, you know,
we're moving, we're
we
talking
give
and
them,
moving,
we give them
aren't
a
we?
minute to think about it while we're saving whoever, and then we come back, and we, you know, then we sort out your business.
Boy, tell me, do you think that you should be a namby-pamby little kindly pants if you're trying to run a business? Do you, boy? Is that what you think?
Oh, I forgot about the wolf named Boy.
I did think you were talking to me for a
No,
brief
no, no,
You're
no.
and
the
I
wolf.
was trying to figure
Wolf.
out how to deal to
Respond to that. Yeah.
I'm asking the dog for his opinion.
He just sort
I
of
figured it
cants
out.
his head to the side, his ears doing the like one ear down sort of thing.
I also have no idea how she's still in business. I also don't have any idea how she's still in business.
Are we going to save somebody now? Or
We're on
Yeah,
our way. We're
I-
doing it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Royston would never.
But we
just
also have to
stop in the
save.
middle of the street.
What was the name of your town again, Granny?
Brian Chandler.
Yeah, we gotta save that too.
Their fur trade. Right.
Brian Chandler?
Bran.
Bryn?
B-R-Y-A-N.
BRYAN?
B-R-Y-N. Is there on the
there's-
Roll20 map? Yeah.
Oh, maybe there's no way.
Look, here's what I learned where I came from. On our way out of town, we can set a small fire. Okay. Just a small one. Just to send a message. And then when we come back with all our people that we saved, right?
Garrett and the Expedition,
Yeah, exactly. Then
which is a band that I
And
started. In
then we'll have bargaining options, right? It's all up to you, of course.
I'll consider it.
Granny, we can save the business 101 for later, but for now, we really do have to see about this scout and find out whether or not we can help Garrett.
You
Look,
are
boy
cooking
is
up
so
at the
distressed.
general store as you say that.
Honestly, I think it's more important that the common people get pelts to wear as clothes, but you know,
It sounds like Garrett's
I mean, the adventurers are
leading
probably
figure
important
in the
too,
city.
sure. So it's up to you, Granny. I won't do anything you want me to do.
Thank you.
Does anyone else want to? I've got to tell you, I've always wanted to cast open the door of a building and announce loudly my intentions. In Baldur's Gate, we were always having to be so subtle, and it was just, I did it at the tavern, and it was the most fun I have ever had in my entire life. So, someone, seriously, take it from me, it's the best. Do
Well,
it.
Granny,
Try it.
do you have a third rival?
No, not that I know of.
Is it only the one? Surely you have a third. There's 10 towns. You only have one rival.
All right.
For now.
Yes. We can continue this after we hire the scout real quickly, as we are approaching the general
If you had a
store.
third
Is he
rival,
cast?
I believe Carvin can.
We're here.
Yeah.
We've arrived.
Yes, we
So
are in front of.
Who goes in first, and is anyone
store
making
right
the
now.
grand entrance?
I'm waiting
Wil-
for someone
Wilhelm-
to take it.
Opens the door and he goes, "Hello, good morning, and good afternoon." And then he just kind of keeps walking in. Man, it's a cold one out there, huh? And
Yes,
like,
I
is
quickly
there
enter behind Wilhelm.
a scout somewhere in this area? You know, looking for a scout.
All right.
You can see within the usual assortment of goods throughout the dimly lit interior, there is also a shield dwarf that is leaned against sort of the main counter, speaking with the shopkeep, who is, as you know, Grand Justin Hunray, the human. They seem to be making idle chatter, and as you come in and politely announce yourself, both give a nod of greetings, and at the question of a scout, the dwarven woman sort of stands up and strokes her long salt and pepper beard. I am a bit of a scout. Where are you looking to head?
We're looking
right.
to follow.
We are going to try and get to Kelvin's cairn.
Popular locale
Cairn.
lately.
Right.
Yes.
So the reason why is you see this dog here named Boy. It's one of your friend Garrett. I think you go, or at least are you friendly with Garrett?
Well, on the nose, if you ask me.
The dwarf looks at the shopkeep, who nods and sort of folds up the map that they were looking over and slides it to the side. Yeah, Garrett was in here less than a week ago putting together a trek up to the cairn. You're looking for his group?
Yep, because this dog is back, and that is not a good sign.
This dog was part of their group.
It returned to town with a broken harness, desperately seeking aid.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a good sign. Yeah, they came here and got a couple of supplies, and they were making their way to Carconig, which is another town down at the base of the cairn. Excuse me. My friend here, Jathra, is originally from Carconig. And the dwarven woman nods, still sort of stroking her beard pensively. I was anticipating to be here a few days sooner. I think I might have been the one taking the expedition up to the cairn myself, but I got caught in the blizzard and missed them before they left. I'm not sure how we missed each other on the road, but if they've made their way out to the... when did they leave, do you know?
2 days ago, is that right?
Yep.
All right.
Good.
That is
Mhm.
right.
Yep.
Then they're easily past the town and up to the cairn proper. Well, yeah, you could definitely make your way to the town and roundabout up the roads, but do you know? And they pull a small pouch off their hip and begin rustling through it. You know, I'm missing a bit of gold. Jobs are a bit sparse these days. If you need a guide, I think I could be of some service to you at least.
If you can help us follow the route that they would have taken, then that would be excellent.
Yes, so that we can mount a rescue mission.
All right.
The
When
goal
are you
isn't-
hoping to leave?
As soon as possible.
If they have run into danger, then the speed is
Of the
Key.
essence.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to commit any of my group members without their consent, but we really must get going as soon as we can.
Once we get the proper supplies for
Yes.
the trek
Once we get the
GTF.
supplies.
and all that.
Yes.
Sense.
Getting dark outside, you prepared to make camp on the road. It's not going to be comfortable, but it's doable.
I was under the impression we would have to do that at some point either way.
All right. Fair enough. What do you think? And Justin sort of nods and 1 second and goes back into the back room of the general store and emerges with a very large sort of bundle held in his arms and drops it with a thump, a solid weight onto the counter. A normal bedroll won't really do you much good out there. Won't keep you from freezing to death, but they're old, but I can't sell them and they might do you some good. And he pushes them over. You can see a strange looking sort of pelt. It looks like it was once maybe a nice sort of pale gray or white color, but it is very obviously old. The sort of leather underside is dry and cracked, and there are tufts of fur missing, but there are 3 winter bedroll skins here that will aid in some insulation should you have to bed down in the snow. But Justin gives a nod and pushes them and sort of gives a wink at the shield dwarven woman there. Consider it a loner. All right, well enough. I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth. And she slides him off the counter and shoves him into your arms, Wilhelm, as you are the burliest one close to her. You ready to head out now?
I believe so, yes.
How long will this trip take? And do we have enough food for the journey?
Well, if we're going to the town first, that should be, depending on weather, probably about 16 hours. And then from there, it's just an easy, quick 3-hour jaunt up to the cairn proper. I've got all the rations I need. It's up to you if you have enough for yourselves.
I got enough for me.
All right. Well, looks like we'll have to take a rain check on that drink there, Justin. Don't worry, I'll be back before long. And she takes the skins and sort of shoves them into your arm, Wilhelm, before hoisting a pack up from the floor onto her own shoulders and giving a nod. Let's get to it. So, just because I know I, as a player, don't like all the boring environmental challenges that can take upwards of half an hour or more, we are going to hand wave most of this trek, and I'm going to skip straight to the encounter roll. I hope you all forgive me.
We got a guide dog,
Oh,
we got
no.
a guide dwarf.
Yeah, we got some survival skilled people. We can handle the environment. And a fire genasi.
I made
Enough.
fire.
Yeah.
All right. So, are we traveling all the way through the night, or will we be stopping for a rest?
It'd probably be good to stop for a rest at some point.
Yeah, just
16 hours is a long trip.
We're
Yeah,
definitely
race-
stopping for a rest.
Rayston is probably going to be
Especially in these
pushing
extreme conditions.
like hard, but not like exhaustion level hard, you know?
Okay.
So if there's a rest in there, then so be it.
Okay. Well, with that, then you can easily enough get a few hours of travel in before nightfall, at which point Jathra insists on bedding down. It is very easy to get lost in Icewind Dale's endless white, bleak snowscape, especially with nothing but dim pricks of starlight to guide you. So, is anyone keeping watch on this rest?
I'll help keep watch.
Okay.
I can be part of that rotation.
yeah, just
Okay.
however
You'll
many
have
sh-
three rotations for a standard watch.
I only need
Hey,
to,
my
you know,
beauty sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, Wilhelm offers to take one of them. Then
I'll take
Okay.
first.
All right.
Yeah.
Rayston,
wanna
go ahead and give me a perception
hang out with
check,
the dog.
please. Do you have dark vision there, Rayston, as a changeling?
Ooh, I believe so. Where would that be on this character sheet?
If you were looking at D&D Beyond, it would be under your
I
racial
am.
features. Features and traits, racial features.
There we are. Features and traits. No dark vision actually.
Okay, so give me your perception check at disadvantage, please.
That is going to be a solid 13. No, sorry, I have proficiency 15.
Okay. With a 15, the first few bone-chilling hours go by. The strange sounds as they move across the compacted snowy tundra, the wind warping almost into voices that seem to howl and moan with each gust, but nothing in particular catches your attention. Second watch, is that going to be Wilhelm or Zedrin?
I can take the second one easily.
All right. I am almost certain you have dark vision as a
Yes,
shadow.
I do.
All right. Give me a perception check, please.
Let's use this one. 16.
16. Okay.
Only just basically my passive perception. In art.
So as you hear the occasional chattering of your party members' teeth, bundled up as they are in the flimsy tents that barely stand against the biting wind, you peer out into the farthest extent of what your dark vision can grant you, the occasional parting in the white clouds overhead, granting a beam of moonlight, temporary passage to illuminate the white glow of snow before you. But that's not just snow. For a moment, you swear there's a figure there. A dwarven figure. There's something odd about their silhouette, though. There's a mechanical leg of some sort, and then just the faintest glimpse of color, a wisp of orange, and then it's gone from your sight.
I will just stare deeply into the night, trying to strain into the darkness.
Zadrin, I would like you to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. Is this regarding charm effects, perchance?
It is not.
Okay. Okay, that's much better than that. That'll be 16.
16.
Well, it's the same, but yeah.
You feel almost like a tickle on the back of your neck, but it pierces into the back of your mind. A voice, a female voice, one that you have been raised to revere and respect above all others. A sort of echoing chorus of whispers. These souls come to me too soon. A curse plagues this land. Find a way to break it, my servant, to restore the balance. And fades to
Yes.
silence once more.
Yes, Queen.
That's Queen.
This queen.
Queen. And the tension breaks.
Yeah.
The rest of your watch passes uneventfully. Wilhelm, Mr. Human, you have
In the
any
dark.
vision?
I do
Yep.
not.
All right, let's have it at disadvantage. please.
Disadvantage. It will be bad.
We should figure this out
Oh,
better.
that's not well. The people that can see good wanted their beauty sleep. All right, but it wasn't too bad. Got a 14.
14. Okay. You don't see anything that encroaches on the campsite as the light begins to slowly rise in the unending wash of white and gray. But you do, just before dawn, hear the distant rolling on the wind of a chorus of howls. But they don't seem immediately close.
Okay.
Your party begins to stir as everyone rises for the morning. Is there anything anyone would like to accomplish before breaking camp?
Just since I don't need as much sleep, finishing up, just send a prayer to the Raven Queen, just about all the my notes and things going on that we've encountered and the sacrifices going on
Okay.
and the weird behaviors.
Noted. All right. Jothra is slow to rise, and she grumbles under her breath the entire time as she breaks down her portion of camp. But after about half an hour, she is up and moving and ready to set out once again. So, as you continue pushing to Caer Konig, let me get a marching order, please. I'm going to put y'all on this map for no reason whatsoever.
I trust you implicitly.
Oh no, there's a dead body.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Don't look at that.
Not that map. Not that map.
There we go.
Wrong lever.
Wrong lever! I don't know why we even have that lever. Oh, I guess you need your tokens, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Not
Bye.
that one.
Oh no!
I'm giving away all my secrets.
I don't
Totally
like
fine.
that. That was a bad secret.
I missed that token.
I didn't want
Fine.
it.
I didn't see it.
It was some kind of
yeah, I
brown
don't know what
guy.
that was.
All right. These
Oh.
are way too big, though. 'Cause
Yeah,
these are
that's
copied
it.
from the title screen.
Oh, there I go.
There we
Oh,
go.
It's me.
Y'all can go ahead and move them and put yourselves in marching order as you are scaled down to size. You will be coming from the north.
Okay. From the north.
And Ozzy just stays huge because a huge goblin is fun.
All right,
That's
Ryson
not
up front. Anybody joining me?
I will be up front since
Yep. Me
with
too.
the scout since I got survivals.
I would
Same.
be behind the scouts, ready to move forward as needed.
You. Jothra there. All right.
Which I can't move any of these.
You can move your token.
Nope.
That one.
Un moment, s'il vous plaît. Oh, because it's set to controlled by Steven.
Oh.
Steven.
Oh,
Doing
Steve.
everything,
You should be
Steven.
good now.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
All right. I am, however, going to back that up here.
Oops.
There we go. So, passive perception, I believe it's Zadrin,
Is-
Bran, and who else had a 14?
It's just the two of us.
Just the two of them?
My passive perception, since we're in the Arctic, is actually 16. I was rereading some of my favorite
you-
terrain stuff.
Notice even harder
Yeah.
that there is a faint growling from the surrounding rock formations that protrude from the snow in this terrain as y'all draw near. As creeping out from their cover, you see
Oh.
a pack of snow wolves. And I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
We're hitting all
Wow.
kinds of Ryston moments here.
All right,
Woof.
let's see if I can remember how to do this. Okay, turn order. There we go. Haha. I'm a real Roll20 DM, guys.
Nice.
Ain't it?
Okay, let's see.
Be day.
And then add turn. Oh my gosh, y'all. And you can add your own turns, I think, if you right click on your
No.
people's.
No, you have to
you
add
have
all.
to.
No,
Yeah,
that's
turns,
no,
yeah.
that's why I have character sheets.
Oh,
If you
no.
give us character sheets, though, we could
Yeah,
It's still
like our
put
token. And
ourselves,
then,
yeah.
not exactly
I
right.
need
Roll
someone
20.
to walk me through that.
As a
Someday.
Roll20 tip, you can highlight every token on the board and just click add turn.
You can do that.
Mhm.
Smack them all in there.
Yep.
Y'all are okay. I have to slide y'all down because y'all are too high up currently for me to be able to see add turn once I highlight you.
Yeah, that's true.
The limitations
Yeah,
of Roll20.
yeah, that's.
There we go.
Such difficulty.
Now I gotta find.
And just for my
you.
own sanity, I'm gonna run the wolves together. All right. You should be able to enter your initiatives now. Oh, pretty damn good.
Where are you? There you are. Now I have plus. Where did? There he is. That's with a +3, mind you.
Nice.
I'm having flashbacks to my past, and I rolled a natural one.
Oh
Ooh.
no.
Me too.
Let me roll for.
Oh, that's right. You were raised by wolves. Well, don't worry. We will not fight here today. Granny will talk them out of it.
Yeah.
Granny, come on. It's time for you to do your stuff.
Ryston's certainly gonna try to.
She looks very nervous for someone that the language, right?
We'll see how much I remember.
Oh no.
All right. So Zadrin, you kick off initiative as you notice these creatures emerging from the rocky outcroppings nearby. You see 6 total as they emerge from their hiding places. What would you like to do?
I would like to shoot at the closest one. I think it's this one.
Okay.
And yeah, let's do that. Eesh. Does a 15 hit?
The 15 does hit.
Oh, nice. Okay.
No.
Yep. For max damage of 11.
11.
Yes.
That is exactly what you needed. There is a sickening crunch and then a whimper as this wolf drops unconscious.
And I would like to, as bonus action and kind of free action, try and look intimidating, be like, and Babe's like, look, I just took one of them down, just rah, yeah. Kind of like, well, I know the wild. Look big and intimidating. We can take these.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for fun, just roll me an intimidation check.
Intimidation. Oh, yeah, that's -1. That'll be a 7 total.
Okay, noted.
Yeah.
All right.
And I will
Jesus.
back up. Just behind the melee people.
Oh my gosh, I'm a blind old lady. Is
Ozzy.
this Ozzy?
Me
Okay.
too.
It is technically a surprise round, so as you did not pick up on them as they emerged from their hiding place, you don't get to act this round.
Do the wolves seem like they want to hurt us?
They are dead sprinting towards you. Yes. But it moves on to their turn for their surprise round. 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he will take the dodge action. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, they have 40. Just kidding. This one will dodge. This one will also dodge. Roll 20. Why do you hate me? And then this one might be able to make it.
Corruption.
That's doing that thing it did on our Friday game where I can't click the token without dragging the whole map.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that weird thing. I forgot how you get rid of it.
A separated mouse is very recommended for this.
Yeah, 5,
Mhm.
10, 35. All right, so these 3 that can't quite get to you are all going to take the dodge action. These other 2 are going to make attacks at Gran because you're the only one that they could both get to. So, first one is going to make its bite attack at advantage due to pack tactics. But still, I believe is going to miss with a 7.
Yeah, that misses.
I'm going to roll other dice. The other one with advantage is going to get a 16 to hit.
That does hit.
All right, that will be 2, 6, 8 points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
And I need you to give me a strength saving throw, please.
13.
13 succeeds as you feel it sink its teeth into you and twist its head, trying to drag you to the ground, but you dig your claws into the snow and stay upright. You are fine for now. Wilhelm, this is still surprise round, so you see this flurry of gray and white fur as you prepare to act.
They're so
It
fast.
Can't quite get there yet. Is this you, Zadrin? No, you were at the top. Who is
Yeah.
this?
That's me.
What is your passive, Rayson?
My passive perception is 13.
Okay, not quite enough then.
Right.
She is also surprised. Vulcan is also surprised. Gran, you were not surprised. So what would you like to do is you have these 2 wolves in front of you, one of which has now your blood dripping from its bared fangs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to use wild shape and turn into a wolf in my classic druid fashion.
She
Okay.
was
You
raised by
could do
Just
wolves.
don't
it.
keep
Yeah.
the viewers waiting.
I knew it.
There we go. I'm going to give you a different looking wolf then, just to make it easier to differentiate.
She was raised by wolves. It wasn't all
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And that is my whole action.
Oh my gosh, that's a chonky
Oh,
doggo.
she's so chunky. She's a chunky little doggy. You're a chunky little floofer.
Roll 20 hates me. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Y'all, hold on. I'm going to read.
This is an absurd token.
I love this dog.
I love
It looks really ferocious in the catalog.
Mhm.
And when you like drag it onto the map, it squishes it.
Oh, God.
It's perfect because I'm a really frail old lady, and then we have this. I transform into a chunky little dog.
Like a giant
Looking straight
chihuahua.
up too, like, oh.
All right. Here you go, Grand Wolf.
Red wolf.
What you got? Or is it your action? You're not.
Yeah,
immune.
that's my whole action. I can't do anything.
My
Oh.
God, we are best friends.
It's another dog.
I wasn't 100% about you, but now I am 300%. Yes. Adorable.
Zadrin, that brings us back to the top of the round. This is entering normal initiative now, but what would you like to do?
I will move over here, just kind of out of the way, and shoot at this one attacking Gran and just try and get some of the pressure off.
All right.
Actually, once the goblin's there, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, and that's going to be a 14.
That still hits.
Nice. I like you. D8.
They're just
so it's-
puppies.
Holy shit! Max damage again at 11.
Oh.
Well, as you might expect, that is enough to fell it.
Yes, it is. And then, do you have anything I can do as a bonus action? Oh yeah, a hunter's mark. Let me actually. You know what? Nah, this is going pretty well, so I'll just not quite do hunter's mark.
You can use it next
There's the
turn.
spell slot.
Yeah, save the spell slot in case we get more dangerous things in the day.
Yep, fair enough. Anything else?
That'd be it.
Osborne.
What is this?
That is
That's your dwarven guy.
dwarven friend.
Yes.
He's a friend.
Yes.
She.
That reminds me, where did
Who's a
Boy
friend?
go? Did Boy hide?
Yeah, boy is hanging back. He's a non-combatant.
Okay, then I
Unless
will,
you want him to be a combatant.
No, I'm perfectly happy to
Nope,
leave him.
I've seen Old Yeller. I don't want that.
Then I will unleash a firebolt at this one. This is a 17 hit.
17 does indeed hit.
9 points of fire damage.
All right.
Yes, that one.
Hit.
I'm not gonna move.
Immediate prevalent smell of burning hair as a lot of the fur is charred away, and this wolf is badly burned. He is now heavily bloodied. All right. Next up, it brings us to their turn. The rest of the wolves will close the gap. First one is going to attack you again, Graham, with advantage from pack tactics. 18 to hit.
Yep.
Or 9 points of piercing damage.
Oh, okay.
And I need a strength saving throw, please, with your wolf statistics.
Hmm?
Wolf stats.
A 3.
3. All right. This time, as this enemy wolf sinks its teeth into your throat and twists its body weight, it slams you flat into the snow, and you are currently prone.
All right.
The next wolf is going to attack Rayston at advantage from pack tactics. That will almost certainly hit with a 22.
Yep.
Right, for 7 points of piercing damage.
Yikes.
And I would like you to make a strength saving throw, please, sir.
Okay. Now I do have a +4 for. No, that's +1. Actually, that's a +1 for this. 13.
13 is a success. You can feel it sink its fangs into your leg and try to pull you to the ground, but you resist.
No, bad. Stop that.
The one attacking your guide, Jethra, gonna get a natural 20.
Oh no.
It didn't have pack tactics.
I maxed the first 2 damage die.
No.
Oh.
Okay, so 8 plus 6 is 14, plus 2 is... Ooh,
16.
she's fucked up, but she is still up.
Okay, good.
Whew. Whew, she has more HP than I do.
Boy, I wish
Not
this had
by
happened
much.
before the
Not
long
by much.
rest.
But yeah, no, that's definitely not.
She is barely hanging on, but she gives a battle cry in return as this wolf takes his teeth into her. Let's see if she can stay upright. She is. So she is on her feet still. That brings us to Wilhelm.
Well, I've just changed my priorities. I'm sorry. As I move, here, let me show you what I do. To right there, flanking the wolf that is attacking our guide. Does that
Alrighty.
give me advantage?
Yes, it does in my campaign.
Excellent. Well, one of them is a 17, and that is what I like.
More than enough.
Excellent. What do I roll with this? Ah, yes. And I do 9 damage with my longsword, and I give a yell to Tempest, and I swing down.
A mighty cleaving blow as you see the wolf immediately barely able to hold itself upright, bleeding profusely, a river of scarlet on the stark white snow. Anything else from you, Wilhelm?
I do not think so, no.
All right. That brings us to Rayston. What you got?
Oh, God. Oh, I'm having a moral crisis. Oh, I'm so not used to this. I'm a city boy. Dogs are friends. No, it's too late though. They have hurt my companion Gran very badly, and also me. So we are going to make a. I'm gonna actually. No, that would provoke an opportunity attack. So I am going to simply strike at the one directly in front of me with my rapier.
Okay.
And that is going to be a 14.
14 hits.
Okay. Now I am within 5 feet of my ally Gran, so that adds sneak attack, I believe.
From the enemy also being engaged, yes, you do get sneak attack.
So I am going to roll damage now. That is a 11.
Exactly what you needed. How do you flavor getting your sneak attack in there?
It's just an exceptionally accurate thrust. So it's going to be directly up through the roof of the throat.
Ooh.
All right, sort of
Into the
bracing your
attacking
feet.
wolf's brain.
Yep, bracing your feet in the snow as it goes to lunge at you a second time, knowing that you've got to fell it before it can do more damage. You patiently wait until you see the opening as its mouth snarls wide, drive your blade up through the roof of its mouth, and easily enough dispatch it. Anything else from you there, Rayston?
Nope.
Right.
That is going to be my whole turn. And I'm going to save my second wind until I can potentially recover max from it.
All right. Zathra is fucked up, so she is going to disengage and seek shelter behind the rest of the party. And that brings us to Vulcan.
Okay. Using my magic, I'm going to craft myself a little pop gun. And I'm going to splash some acid on these two wolves right here.
Alrighty. Is that
And
a
As
cone
a,
effect or a sphere?
it is a, it just hits two targets within 5 feet of each other. So
Gotcha.
I'm going to hit this guy, and they gotta make a DC 13 dex save.
All right. They're kind of dexy, so we'll do the really bloodied one first. He is going to fail. We'll do the other one. I rolled 2 3s.
Let's
So they
go,
will
let's
both-
go, gamers.
So what happens to them?
They are melted for 5 points of melty acid damage.
Oof. Melty acid damage. The one directly in front of Gran is extremely bloodied as you see chunks of fur and flesh just sort of sloughing off of its shoulders and the back of its neck. The one that had already been horrendously burned from the firebolt, you see this already raw, bared flesh begin to sizzle and pop as it is exposed without any sort of barrier to this acid. You immediately see the bone of the rib cage begin to protrude as the drops into a pile. It is dead.
This reminds me of a particularly grotesque scene from a novel I read by a dwarf named John Carpenter.
All right. Anything else from me, Vulcan?
And I end my turn.
Well done.
You always
Gran.
gotta say it. We're Yu-Gi-Oh boys.
Always.
So, question. I am knocked prone, so obviously my attacks are at disadvantage, but since I'm a wolf with pack tactics, it gives me advantage with allies. Would they be considered my allies, or do I still have disadvantage? Or would I just be rolling regular?
You would be getting the benefit of the pack tactics either way. I will say it only takes half your movement to stand. If you want to do that first, because you're not leaving the enemy's range, there's no op attack from that. And that way you're getting the clean advantage of pack tactics and you get to roll an advantage.
Ooh, instead of just nothing negating
Exactly.
it. Okay.
Also,
Sweet,
you're no
yeah.
longer prone, which
Which is nice too.
Which
yeah.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good. Okay, great. So I will get on my paws and I will give a nice And we'll do poorly. It'll be a 12.
12 hits.
All right.
Nice. Also, aw.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's 9. And then it would also need a strength saving throw because I'm biting.
It will not, as you sink your teeth into its throat. The acid's still bubbling away at the nape of its neck as you pull with your teeth, trying to pull it to the ground. The flesh just comes away in your mouth, and there's a gout of blood as the flesh is ripped from it, and it collapses in a heap. All right. Well done. Anything else, Graham?
Nope.
All right. Zadrin, back to you. There is one wolf remaining.
I will, just for flavor, move to a clear shot and take aim and shoot at the wolf.
All right.
Eek. Well, 14 again on the die.
That is
And let's
enough.
use this d8. And that'll be 7 points of piercing damage.
All right. That is almost enough. It is now significantly bloodied, limping, not able to put one of its paws down as one of your arrows is now protruding from the front of its shoulder.
Mm.
Anything else?
That'll be it.
Osborne. Mm-hmm. More than enough. This wolf had 2 hit points left, so please describe for us, if you will, what happens.
Oh, I don't feel good about that.
Oh, man. It does drop dead indeed. Well done.
At least we're no longer in danger.
Mm-hmm.
There is the
Boy, hide your eyes. Don't watch.
lays and covers his face with his paws. It falls silent, save for the ever-present faint moaning of the wind, and now the crackling and occasional popping of flesh being dissolved by flame and acid.
Sorry.
What's our dwarven pal's name?
Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. Jothra.
Jothra.
Jothra, are you all right?
Do I fucking look all right?
No, that's why I asked. It's
No,
more.
I'm
It
not
was a
all right.
rhetorical question.
She has a heavily bleeding wound on her side and is barely upright. She's using the hand axe she carries kind of like a little crutch.
And Granny, return to your. We must take care of everyone's wounds.
I can do that, my friend. Granny can stay as a wolf if she wishes.
No, I actually can't. I only have 2 hit points left as a wolf, so I am actually gonna resort back.
Mm-hmm. While they're treating wounds, I like to skin the wolves that have salvageable pelts.
I can run
You know,
on
Granny
Granny,
did mention
by the way.
pelts for her store.
The one I killed is still perfect. It looks like practically
Mhm,
untouched.
just straight up. And then I got 2 that I went like straight through the eye. The brain.
So I'll say there's 3 perfectly intact pelts, but each one would take about 20 minutes to fully skin. And then you would have raw pelts if you want to attempt that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Give me a survival check at advantage if someone proficient in survival is assisting you.
Right, yeah. Who's assisting? They're Granny or me?
It's up to y'all.
You can assist me.
Okay.
This-
Yeah.
I assisted you last time. We'll just
Okay.
keep-
No problem. No problem.
Okay. That's 16.
16 is enough. It's not, an artfully done job, but you do it with, expeditiousness. You don't want to be out in this cold any longer than necessary. You can harvest 3 wolf pelts. If you want to add those as custom items into your inventory, just make a note that they are uncured. That would again take 20 minutes for each of them, which does amount to an hour total. So the rest of you, should you need, can take the benefit of a short rest.
Ooh, that sounds like a good idea.
Which
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
damn, I need that too. Oh well.
Well,
Rather than
Yeah. Would you like the other way around with just me taking it?
That's okay. I already did the roll, so
Okay.
you gotta keep it.
Well, if you need the short rest, Gran, I'll say that you're the one guiding the whole endeavor. You're the one giving Zadrin the instructions of where and how to cut, but you can be sitting by.
Okay.
I would like to talk to Vulcan. I'd be like, Vulcan, have you heard of the Cormyr Convention? It's about weapons of war and things that are inhumane. My God, man, what the hell was that? That was awful.
The other guy is shooting
History check
fire.
there, Vulcan.
No, I was gonna talk to him next. What awful ways to go. I'm just stabbing a person. It's very clean. Like, this is awful.
I
Roll
wasn't
the
going to say
19.
anything. I really wasn't, but I did notice that I don't know if anyone saw. I did a perfectly accurate pinpoint strike directly. It died like instantly and practically painlessly. You guys melted.
It's not
very
competition.
skilled.
Melted.
All right, it's
You
self-defense. It's
melted
self-defense.
them. Do you have a self-defense weapon that maybe makes them go to sleep?
No, not really. I'm sorry.
No,
Well,
we're adventurers.
I'm just saying, you guys are both very horrifying, and I am very impressed.
I'm a
Look,
man of
I
the
don't
tools
know
of the
what
trade.
adventurers you've met before, but in Baldur's Gate, adventurer and sociopath are not synonymous.
Oh, I haven't
know. I've
met
heard there's
many
a lot of
adventurers.
fire
I've-
in Baldur's Gate.
I read of them in books.
Look, sociopath is a well-defined and consistent phenomenon in Baldur's Gate. I'm just saying that not all adventurers necessarily are one.
Rolled a 19 on that
Bran
history check.
and Zadrin, you both catch a strange sound on the wind. Both of you give me perception checks, please.
Okay. 18.
Dirty 20.
30,
Nice.
20. You sort of turn your heads trying to pinpoint exactly which direction it's coming from. It's very far off and it's hard to place what it is. It's almost like a sort of bestial wail, but you can't quite tell what direction or how far as it's swept away on the wind.
Did you say whale?
Mournful wave.
Not that kind of wail.
The Windigo, it has come for us.
Oh, wait. You meant, you know what? I was thinking like beluga whale. Okay, here we go.
Oh.
Back.
Like
That's all right.
ghost whales or
Still
banshee's
in
whale.
wild shape mode.
Wallaby.
That's why I got so confused. All right, we're back. Gran's ready.
We're back.
We're like W.
Y'all never left,
A-I-L.
but I'm back.
well,
Yeah.
this is
I'd
way
spell
less
whale
scary
like
now.
a
Yeah.
banshee's whale.
It's really.
That would be
Okay.
very scary. I agree.
So do you guys mention the horrible wailing sound? Or
Yeah, no reason to keep it from y'all.
what did it sound like? What was it like? So was it a
Bestial?
beluga or
Or like a blue whale. Or...
It was bestial.
Back.
More like a beluga, yes. It was quite in the distance, and it did seem a bit distressed.
Garrett.
so somewhere around here there's a distressed whale?
Bran, I'm
Well-
taking back your DM inspiration.
Me? I wasn't saying it was a real whale.
Continue.
Uh,
Okay.
How far away did it sound?
You couldn't quite tell. It sounded distant, but that's really all you could gather, even with the 20.
What about the direction, like north, south? No?
Just kind of came along on a uptick of wind and then disappeared. And again, where you are on the path to Karakhonig is just open, white wasteland, just occasionally broken by a bit of dead vegetation or one of these stone outcroppings.
I think we should move on as fast as possible.
I wish I were a bird.
DM or party, is Jathra or any of you need any more healing?
I wasn't touched.
Jathra
Well,
is rest.
Okay, she's okay. She does not need any healing. Granny? Gran?
Gran could use some. Yeah.
All right. I will use a cure wounds upon you.
Is
You
that
are
a
healed.
D6?
I rolled it. It's a D8, and you're healed for 9.
Oh, I'm back
Nice.
at it.
A D8 plus 3. So,
Very nice.
and I will mark it off and not hit long rest when we log off. Because this is a survival horror, and it's very
It is.
important.
I second winded right before the short rest started, so I am
got that down.
good on resources.
Noted.
All right.
Well, with that, it is almost 9 o'clock. You would easily be able to make the rest of the way to Karakhonig at the base of Calvin's Cairn. If you want to go ahead and wrap up here for the night, we can pick up there next session. Or if y'all want to continue pushing on, it may end up dragging on for another hour, depending what y'all get into.
Wrapping up sounds pretty good. Everybody?
I agree.
All right.
I agree.
All right. Well, we will call the session with the party approaching a new town then for the evening. Thank you all, viewers, for joining us. I definitely saw there's some clever ideas for potential group names for you guys that have been left in chat.
Oh, man, I should have
Ooh.
I want
looked.
to take a look. We've got some very creative.
I was
Yeah.
just going to go with the Hateful Six.
We already named the group.
Hateful
We already named
Six,
the
I
group.
like that.
I named it when they first asked. I said Ryston and his friends.
Hateful Six, I really like Hateful Six. I also like Gran and the Chili Kids.
That one
Good
too.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
There's a couple in there.
Pretty cute.
But again, thank you guys for joining us. We'll probably be picking up again 7 o'clock next week. So we hope you can swing back by then. In the meantime,
You realize,
yes.
Grant, that it's your responsibility next session to call us the Chili Kids so that we can canonize that.
It is a good one.
Noted.
All
Really
right. Well, I
hard.
hope everyone has a really good night. Thank you guys, my players. I love y'all very much. And be sure, viewers, to check out Neon Goblin's other streams throughout the week. We have some awesome content coming out multiple times a week. You can follow us on Twitter at James. Is it Goblin Neon, I believe?
That is correct. I did not pay Morgan to say that, by the way.
Just a free shout out.
Yes, you did.
Oh, you should.
But
I mean, I
we
will,
appreciate
but I
you
haven't
joining us. Everyone, I hope you have a wonderful evening and rest of your week. Definitely try to keep your chins up. I know times are trying right now, but we're all in this together, and you can always escape with some D&D with us. So we love you very much. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye. Bye.